Hi, a very good afternoon to everyone. My name is Rita. Um, okay, I think I'll just do a short introduction about myself and why we are here today. Okay, my name is Rita. I'm the co-owner of Anytime Fitness Sunway Putra Mall. I'm also the co-owner and co-founder of Good Fit, which is a wellness platform. And I'm also a partner at AWEK. Yeah, so everyone has been asking me, what is AWEK actually? So AWEK actually is a Malay colloquial word that um, it describes the lady tribe in Malaysia. Okay, so it's a colloquial word, awet. So when ladies pass by, I say, oh, there's an awet here, there's an awet there. So awet actually is a lady, and in a deeper context, what we want to highlight about awet is actually is absolute woman empowerment. Okay, and K is for Kuala Lumpur. So if we have any other venues, we'll let's go Kluang or anywhere else. So yeah, basically our work is about that. But for today, our work would like to highlight on more important issues. And our topic, I think it's a very hot topic right now, is about being resilient. Okay, so on today's first ever our virtual event, we would like to highlight on mental resilience. So I just want to ask you guys, what do you know about being resilient, or what is resilience? In the current situation that we are in right now, MCO 3.0, people are trying to survive, and I think it's more to being sustainable. It's your ability to to respond or to withstand or to recover readily from a crisis or disruptive process. So what we are going through right now is is disruptive to our normal daily life, what we do, where we go, who we see. So I think it's really hard for us to adapt, but I know that if we, all of us, kita jaga kita, we can succeed. Okay, so I know it's a very heavy topic, but rest assured that it'll be fun. It's very santai. Don't worry that it is going to be engaging because why? Because we have five amazing speakers, five awesome ladies that we have today. Okay, I think I'll just introduce in general. First up, we have Miss Anita Jacobson. She is the Managing Director of Alpine Group Services in Berhad. I've met her personally. I've talked to her personally. I've interviewed her personally. So we're going to have a good chat with her. And the topic that we have with her today is quite powerful, which is the power of an agile mindset for the businesswoman. Okay. And then next in line would be Miss Alia, or as she is fondly known as Kak Nga, which is the founder of Awas Malaysia. And yeah, she will talk about more on trauma and shame. Okay. After Kak Alia, after Kak Nga or Kak Alia, we will have Miss Aruna Santapan. She is a sports psychology officer. Okay, this is going to be interesting because with a lot of sports issues that can't happen right now. So we want to know on her side of on her end how the sports industry, or how do they be resilient. So the topic is the resilience mindset on how to bounce back. Okay. And after Miss Aruna will be Miss Wani RD. She's a writer and performer, and also the advocate and founder of MRKH Malaysia and MRKH Nusantara. This is also going to be quite a deep topic, something more personal, I would say. So, the topic will be the art of letting go and letting God, which I think she would share more on a personal level. So I can't wait to talk to her as well. And finally, we have Miss Simar, and she is the founder of Glamour and Purpose, an international public speaker. She is also an NASM personal trainer and a sports nutritionist. And I've interviewed her personally as well. She's such a warm and nice lady. And today she'll be talking about yoga breathing exercises for mental health. Okay, so I think I don't want to waste any time because it's going to be, it's crunch time that we want to know what they about their thoughts, what they think about what's happening right now, and how to be resilient. How to have a resilient mindset or mental resilience. Okay, so I would like to invite Miss Anita Jacobson. Hi, Anita. How are you?
Great. Looking forward to it.
Okay, great. I think it's been a while that I last saw you. You're still looking fabulous.
Thank you. You too?
Thank you so much. Okay, Anita, you are the managing director of a huge company that handles, I would say, large exhibitions, and it's not those small scale exhibitions. It deals with government and a lot of other organizations as well. So, what is it? When you say the power of an agile mindset for the businesswoman, why do women actually need an agile mindset, especially in this challenging business era?
Right. Thank you, Rita. Well, let me just correct you. Not a huge company. Huge in I think huge in ambition. Yes. Huge in doing what's best for the members in the team. Yes. Okay. But anyway, yes, I think one of the important things about having a powerful agile mindset. First, let's just talk about this whole word agile. We need to do a bit of a simple definition of what agile is. I actually looked up. I went into Google and I was like, okay, what does agile? And I thought, you know what? Hang that. I'm just going to give you what I think the word agile to me means. I think in simpler terms, because I'm not the psychologist here, we have two psychologists here, I think, in the panel.
True.
Yeah. So, but what I would say as a woman, as a businesswoman, is that agility is actually having the power to be able to adapt and change. Okay. Right. But doing that change, not as a top to bottom sort of bureaucracy style, I'm the boss, you just change. No, that is out of the window. So I think the concept of having an agile business is being able to work as a team, to respect each other. So the boss respects the staff, we work as a team to go through this change together. And I have a personal experience on that. And that's why I chose to talk about this today and to keep it as light as possible, if I may, Rita. And I want to share that yes, Rita is right. We are actually not event organizers like annual dinners and stuff. No, we are actually doing very high level involving government, partnering with the government to run very important events. One of it is actually coming up. It's called cybersecurity. Okay. So what happened is this event is supposed to be a physical event. Now we talk about organizing events. Forget this virtual thing just for a minute. Okay. So and I can see Aruna going because she can relate with Olympics and all. But what happened is this is supposed to be a physical. It's supposed to be an exhibition with booths. And then you're supposed to have running parallel conference where people come in person, wear lanyards, have badges, Yeah. It's supposed to be face-to-face events. And when we launched this event, which was launched from scratch, it was 2 years ago. And it was supposed to be March last year. Got me? Right. March last year, when what happened? When COVID, suddenly we were like, what is this, And so with the government, we decided, okay, tak boleh, we have to postpone. Okay, we postponed to June. So confident. June, yeah, we can get over this, no problem, So June. And then came April, and it just kept getting worse. And then we sat down with the government and said, no, looks like this is a bigger monster than we thought. So we have to postpone again to next year. So can you imagine all that work, everything that we put? Yeah. We are reaching the 30 meters. I'm going to relate to Aruna. 30 meters of the finishing line, and then tak boleh. Start back, go back. So all this cost a lot of for us as a leader, for me as, I have a male business partner who's also my boss, but me as the one running the company, I took a hit. I broke down, when I was told that we have to reschedule again, and to make matters worse, the team members, the staff, they also broke down. But my initial thing was, what's the initial thing you do when you suddenly been said, oh, everybody has to work from home? Oh my God, you have to work more. You have to prove to me that you're doing your work, and it was all wrong because we didn't respect each other. There was no respect. Okay, I didn't respect them as the fact that this also, just because I'm the owner, I'm the boss, so this whole COVID pandemic only affects me. No, it affects them too. They have their own issues, to deal with. And that's where we broke down, when we didn't have that powerful mindset. We were not open to change. We were not open that we need to change and adjust accordingly. We were just depressed. That we are, and so cut long story short, what happened is I lost a few members of staff. Because they got frustrated. Rather than me helping them emotionally dealing with the changes and working together and getting their opinion, I was, telling them, let's do this and, using my pressure. So that was all wrong. So I've changed that. Okay. And that's when I started to look into this whole agile mindset. So the agile mindset to me is basically respect is number one. First, sit down with everybody. Okay. Respect each other's feelings. Okay. Listen to what they have to say, and together get their opinion, and then together we move and we adapt to the change. Okay. And I'm so happy to say, we've postponed, I don't know how many times already, almost to a point that it doesn't affect us anymore. So it's like, we're going to reschedule this, and everybody's like on board. No one's like, oh my God, oh no. Everybody's on board. It's like, I have my head of marketing, Honey, who just like, okay, so we need to do this, we're going to change, we're going to reschedule, let's get the memos out, so everybody's, because we got them on board, we respected their feelings and they respect our feelings. I'm not saying it's bed of roses now, but but it's so much better. And just to share with everybody, the event got postponed again thanks to 3.0 and lockdown. So the big change now, from a physical event, we have decided to do a fully virtual event. Okay, and it's so strenuous because you come up with one program meant for physical. So now all that out the window, all the work for the past 4 months is almost out the window, and we have to do. So that's why it's so important as a leader, as the one taking charge, that you have to embrace this agile mindset, that don't be afraid of the change. Don't be don't get upset. That you have to embrace it. So this is what I would say from a light. I can go on and on and on, but I think you have a few more questions for me, so I'll stop there.
No, I totally understand when you say about change, because change is the only constant, right?
Yes.
That's what people say. Change is the only constant, and we have to learn how to adapt, how to pivot, how to be flexible, especially in times like these. And what interests me is that you're the leading lady, because now we're in AWEK, we're talking about women empowerment, and you have a guy boss with you, but you take the lead. I just wonder, how is it that you balance between both extremes of the emotional side and also that mindset of making business decision and being resilient? How do you actually balance that?
Oh, good question. At first, when I was thinking, how am I going to answer this? Okay, well, I'm going to say something that I think all the ladies are going to smile when I say this, okay? We are entitled to get emotional. Let's put it that way, is what I would say. Okay? Crying
Agreed.
is not a weakness. Crying is a strength, okay? And that's what I'm going to say to everybody right here, is that let it out, ladies. Cry it out, just take it, empty yourself of that emotion. Who says that you cannot cry and just because you are the business lady, okay, or the mother at home, that you cannot break down and cry? And just because you break down and cry, it doesn't mean that you are weak. No. Actually, I think this is the power key, if you ask me, because I have experience where I just break down, I let it out, and I told myself it's okay. I can spare a day to be down, to just let it go, and that's what I did. Okay, but you know what? The moment I let it out, almost the split second, right? From all that bengkak, mata bengkak, kan? All that, I suddenly felt better. Suddenly I have clarity. Suddenly I know what I need to do. I have the solution, So, and I think this is something that I want to share with everybody here, all the women. And women are always been accused by men. You're always so emotional. Yeah, it's a strength. It's not a weakness. It's because we have these emotions that we are able to understand people. We are able to understand our children. Perangai-perangai, we are able to understand our mother, our father kat rumah, our in-laws. Rita, I think you can relate.
Tell me about it.
Yes, okay. And you somehow able to listen to every one of them, understand all their different perangai, because you have that emotions, you have the empathy. It's inbuilt in us women, the motherly instinct, And I believe how we manage to run our households, okay, is how we manage our team. So going back to the question, I would say is clear yourself out, have a day, not too long though, okay? Time is factor, but have that day and tell yourself, I'm just going to cry it out. I don't care. Just let it all out, okay? And the best is not to do it alone. Kan? I think, Kak Nga, it's always good to have a friend that you can trust, right? That you can actually let it out to. Someone that's going to just hold you and say, okay, yeah, betul. And you curse, all the bad words come out, and you don't want, and you just want to let it all out, and then the person's go, yeah, okay, yeah, you're right, yeah, okay, sama, you need that person. So it could be your husband, okay, it could be your son. For me, in some instances, it was my son. It could be your mother. It could be your boss or your partner, where you just let it out, and then you felt better. And then I tell you, ladies, you can rule the world after that. You just know exactly what to do.
Right. I believe that when you face with adversity, for myself, usually I'll absorb. You need that space to absorb that pain, that feeling. And when you decide that you want to bounce back, I think that's the moment that you know that you are resilient. Actually, you know that you are able to be flexible. You have the courage to move forward, and when you be resilient, you are able to sustain yourself better, right?
Correct.
So
absolutely,
yeah, I it's a wonder that us women, we can actually balance so many things out, segment a lot of things here.
That's right.
And play that role of that maternal instinct side, and as a boss side, as a leader. It's not easy, I would say. I have my own business, so I know that handling a business is tough, but handling people is tougher.
Yes,
so
correct.
Yeah, I mean, okay, back to the events that being resilient. How do you actually shift from the physical kind of platform to a more virtual platform, in terms of that resiliency, I would say.
Yeah. Thank you for asking that question. Right. So we sat down, okay, and then we told ourselves, right. So what we need to do is something that my partner, my I have to say male partner, yeah, because all the ladies here, yeah. So male partner said is, guys, I don't know how you guys will do it, okay, but whatever it is, my directive satu je. Just make sure that you what's the word for it? You ensure that the people who are going to participate in the physical event has a nearest experience in the virtual as it was physical. Okay, and this is where we have to be agile. This is where we have to put in our agile thinking. Okay, so open your mind and think. Okay, like if for example now, like the exhibition. So The physical exhibition is actually a booth, right? An actual booth. And then I go in, I visit, I see you, I say hi, we talk. So what happened is, thanks to Virtual Life, our sponsor, they actually created what they call a virtual platform. So exhibitors or participants can actually have a virtual booth. So it's actually a 2D booth design. And on that booth, you can actually put your branding, your video, and the best part of all, you can have video chat like this with people who visit you at the booth. Okay, and to make that more, of course, again, agile thinking, we cannot be promoting a virtual event like how we promoted the physical event. It's different. You're dealing with a virtual audience. So we have to look at the marketing. So we have to do a lot more digital marketing using Google, Facebook, okay, and things like that. And telling the exhibitors that we have to do preset meetings, okay, and then saying to the clients that actually, in a way, this virtual event setup is more effective than the physical. Because in physical, you cannot like have a preset who's going to come and see you, right? People walking by, you grab them, you meet, right? But with the virtual, it's such that you actually have the visitors setting up appointments in advance. So the exhibitor is like, wow, for this day, I've got all these meetings set up. So this is where the agile thinking has to come in as a team.
Right. I think also besides your experience, your vast experience handling exhibitions, and also I think it's continuous knowledge, continuously adding new knowledge to yourself, because we just need to adapt. Some companies might be stuck in that old format of
Yes.
having a physical booth and all. But nowadays, you just have to be fast and you have to think 10 steps ahead, especially in the field that you're in. So I think it's amazing that what you're doing right now. And yeah, I think, it still brings people together anyway.
Yes.
True. Right.
Yes, correct. That's right.
Yeah. So what would be the best advice as a leading lady, as the woman on top, on being resilient in business, and especially in these trying times, this COVID era? What would your best advice be?
Don't be afraid of change. Do not be afraid of what's going on out there, because you are the human being. You are the one that can control. So always be in control and do not be afraid of the change. That's my advice. And don't forget to cry.
We are all allowed to cry. Don't worry.
Yes.
Okay, that's really a very wise advice. Thank you so much. I feel like I'm talking to my girlfriend, as I always tell you.
Yes. Always fun.
We need to let it out sometimes, because sometimes people do not know things that we go through. We'll just leave the personal side aside, but on a more professional level, it's not easy dealing with so many things, because you're dealing with people's livelihood, you are managing manpower, resources, and just to balance everything is not easy. So yeah, thank you so much, Anita. That was great.
Pleasure.